Welcome back to my channel. Today, we explore the value of specific coins. The most valuable 5 cent coins value in market. First up, the 5 cent coin from the year 2010 in extremely fine condition, even if it carries a few light scratches. A coin like this may look ordinary at first glance, but when we start breaking down the details, the minting quality, and the growing interest from euro collectors, it becomes clear that even small denomination coins can carry real value in today's collector market. The 5 cent coin is part of the standard euro currency used across many European countries. Each nation in the Eurozone uses the same reverse side of the coin, but the front side varies from country to country with national designs. That means every 2010 issue has its own identity, and some countries had larger mintages while others had smaller production runs. These differences matter because collectors working to complete year sets from each country often pay more for nice examples. When a coin comes in extremely fine condition, with most of its original shine, crisp detail on the globe, and clear outlines on the European map, it becomes more desirable. Even if the coin has a few light scratches from light circulation or handling, its overall grade still makes it appealing. An extremely fine, or XF grade, means the coin shows minimal wear. The main designs remain sharp, the copper plating still has much of its original luster, and only small touches of friction appear on the highest points. Scratches do affect the value slightly, especially if they're noticeable or on the main design areas, but light scratches are very common in circulation coins and don't automatically remove all collector interest. Many buyers understand that a 14-year-old coin is unlikely to be perfect, so an XF coin with minor marks still finds a place in collecting albums. When we look at market prices today, most regular worn 5 cent coins from 2010 are worth their face value only, but in extremely fine condition, values start to rise. On online marketplaces, collectors are buying 2010 euro cents from various countries in the range of $300,000 depending on how clean the coin looks, how shiny the copper is, and how noticeable the scratches are. Some countries' 2010 issues, especially ones with lower mintages or higher collector demand, can reach $1,000 for especially nice examples. Rarely, uncirculated pieces or coins saved from mint sets may go even higher, but those are in nearly perfect condition with no marks at all. For your extremely fine 2010 coin with a few scratches, a realistic market value in today's market is usually between $200,000. If the scratches are very light and the rest of the coin looks sharp, bright, and attractive, it might reach slightly higher, especially if it is from a country that collectors specifically look for. Even though the face value is only 5 cents, thousands dollars, collectors appreciate high-grade examples, and that's what gives small coins like this their charm and value. Next up, the 5 cent coin from Malta, dated 2008. Even though it's a tiny coin with a face value of just 5 cents, Malta's early-year euro coins have always attracted attention because Malta adopted the euro in 2008, making this one of the very first years the country issued its own euro cent designs. That alone gives the 2008 Malta 5-cent coin a small historical significance, and collectors who build complete year sets from each nation always keep an eye out for Malta's first-year coins. When the coin is found in fine condition, even with some light scratches, it can still hold interest and value above its basic face amount because many early Maltese euro coins were saved, but circulated examples in decent condition are becoming less common over time. The design on the 5-cent Malta coin features the emblem of a traditional Maltese altar from the prehistoric temples of the archipelago. This theme makes Malta's coins stand out from other Eurozone nations, and the 2008 issue represents the very first appearance of this design in circulation. A coin from that year with light wear, visible detail, and only minor scratches still counts as a fine condition piece, especially if the lettering and design remain sharp. Fine condition means the coin has seen some circulation, but still retains clear detail and a pleasing overall look. Scratches are quite normal for copper-plated steel coins because the surface picks up marks easily, especially when they pass through machines or bulk storage. As long as the scratches aren't heavy enough to distort the design, the coin remains collectible. When it comes to value, most Malta 2008 5-cent coins in average circulated condition sell for around their face value. However, coins in fine condition with only moderate wear often bring in more from collectors who want early Maltese issues in clean, presentable shape. Typical market prices show these coins selling between $1 to $4 depending on condition and buyer demand. The ones that are bright, free of corrosion, and not overly scratched are the examples that rise toward the higher end of that range. Even with some scratches, a fine-condition 2008 Malta 5-cent coin can still reach around $1 to $2 because of its status as a first-year release. The nicer the coin appears, the more collectors value it, especially since Malta's euro coins were not minted in huge numbers compared to larger Eurozone countries. As always, the best way to gauge the real value is to compare with actual recent sales, but the general trend shows that early Maltese euro cents maintain steady demand. Even though you might not get a large amount for a scratched coin, it still holds more collector interest than a typical modern 5-cent coin from larger nations. For anyone sorting through euro change or building a collection, the 2008 Malta 5-cent coin is always a good one to keep. Next up, the 5 euro cent from the year 2002 with the J mint mark, which represents the Hamburg mint in Germany. The year 2002 is significant because it was the very first year the euro officially entered circulation across the Eurozone, so early year coins often attract collectors who want complete sets of every mint that produced coins during that historic introduction year. Even though this is a low-value denomination, small details like mint location, strike quality, and condition can increase interest, and in some cases add a bit of value above face amount. The 5 euro cent coin is made of copper-plated steel, giving it a distinctive reddish tone when fresh. On the reverse side, you find the globe and the European map design, which is common across the Eurozone. On the German 2002 version, the obverse shows the oak twig design, a classic symbol found on older German Pfennig coins and carried over as a nod to Germany's monetary history. The mint mark J is placed carefully to show its origin from Hamburg. In Germany produced coins from 5 different mints that year, so collectors often try to acquire all mint letters A, D, F, G, and J. That makes each mint mark part of a mini set, and some collectors will pay a little more if they're missing one specific letter. This particular coin is described as being in very fine condition with some scratches. In coin grading terms, very fine means the coin shows moderate wear but still retains strong details. The oak leaves are still visible, the lines in the design are clearly defined, and the stars on the reverse remain mostly sharp. However, the mention of scratches is important because scratches lower value in small denomination coins much quicker than general wear does. Collectors of 5-cent coins prefer clean surfaces with minimal marks, but a few light scratches are still acceptable for very fine grade, especially for a coin that has circulated since the early 2000s. Deep scratches or cleaning marks would hurt value more, but normal circulation scratches are expected. When we look at today's market, the 2002 J 5 euro cent is generally not considered rare, but it is still collectible because it comes from the first year of issue. In very fine condition, most examples sell close to face value, unless the coin is part of a group or set. Typically, you might expect a selling price of around $390,000 when listed individually, although many sellers bundle similar coins because shipping costs can be higher than the coin itself. If the scratches are light and the coin still has good color and detail, it may reach toward the higher end of that range. Coins in extra fine or uncirculated condition do sell for more, sometimes reaching $2 to $5, but with visible scratches the value remains modest. Even though the financial value isn't high, early-year euro coins with specific mint marks are still popular among collectors, and completing a full German mint mark set from 2002 is a fun challenge for newcomers. That's why even a simple 5-cent coin like this can hold interest. It represents history, the launch of a new currency, and the tradition of German minting, all in one small copper-plated piece. If you've got more euro coins like this, especially early dates or different mint marks, be sure to check them carefully. You never know which one might be a small but meaningful addition to a collector's album. Next up, the 5 euro cent coin from the year 2005. Even though it's a very common circulation coin, certain 2005 examples can show a little extra collector interest when they are in extra fine condition, even if they have a few light scratches. Extra fine means the coin has seen some circulation, but still holds most of its original design details. The globe, the map of Europe, and the surrounding stars remain sharp. The copper surface still has much of its original brightness, and only small marks show that the coin has been used. Light scratches are acceptable in this grade, but they do affect value slightly because collectors prefer coins with fewer distractions on the surface. The 2005 5 euro cent coin was issued by many Eurozone countries, and each one has its own national design on the back. That means the value can vary depending on which country the coin comes from. Countries with large mintages like Germany, France, Italy, and Spain usually have millions of these coins available, so even in extra fine condition, they remain common. On the other hand, certain smaller countries, or countries with lower circulating demand, sometimes have slightly higher collector interest for coins from the mid-2000s. Even then, the demand is not extremely high, but a well-preserved coin can still sell for more than its face value. In today's market, most 2005 5 euro cent coins in average circulated condition sell for face value or remain unsold because collectors have many examples to choose from. However, when you bring an extra fine example with sharp details and relatively clean surfaces, it can be worth around $260,000. The presence of scratches reduces the chance of premium pricing, but as long as the scratches are light and do not heavily damage the design, the coin still holds a bit of value. Many online sellers list extra fine 5-cent coins from 2005 in the $1,000 range, but actual sold prices often fall slightly lower, especially when the coin has visible marks. When converting typical European collector prices into US dollars, the usual value range for a 2005 5 euro cent coin in extra fine condition is about $30,000. Coins from smaller mintage countries sometimes go a little higher, but scratches usually keep the value on the lower end. Even so, getting $1 or $2 for a tiny copper-plated coin with a face value of only 5 euro cents is still a good return. These pieces are interesting for collectors who want specific years for their albums, or who collect coins from every Euro country. Even small denominations, like the 5-cent coin, can surprise you when they are preserved nicely, and they show that sometimes even the most ordinary-looking coins have a story and a little bit of value hidden in them.